So this is what I remember when I was young. I used to go through the tide pools. It has that seaweed smell that you never, kind of like still water, but it's always cool to see what you find in here. And look.
Hey Explorers, this is our send-off video basically. It's our last morning for the Cornwall Hotel, and you probably can't tell, but it is raining. So it's been raining all morning. Derick wanted some rain, so we ended up getting rain today. And we were going to try to go to Tintagel again to see Merlin's caves, but I don't know if we're even going to make it, especially having a baby with us, with his family. So we'll have to see how we're going to do that.
Hey Explorers! This, as we said a little bit earlier, is the last video that we have of our England trip that we took in September of 2017.
This is the beautiful Cornwall Hotel. I haven't been to any place like this before. It was really a nice place to stay at. Had a lot of good food there. What were some of the things you liked, Derick?
There was a lot of good things to like here. Just being away, I wish we actually could have stayed here a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But you'll see in some of the pictures that are coming. This is our room was down there on the first level, but the room
really nice,
very modern, and that kind of surprised me too. I didn't expect such a modern room for being in a Cornwall place. I thought it would be an older one.
A really nice pool area there. They had spas. They had a Turkish spa. That one wasn't open though.
Yeah, it wasn't open.
Some of the things weren't open because they were under renovation, I guess. But really nice views.
Yeah, these are pictures that actually we took over a couple of different days. We were there for only 2 nights, I think we were, before we headed back to London area.
Seemed longer than that though, kind of, to me anyway.
Yeah. This was, as the picture says, they were originally owned by the Good family, and in 2002 they sold it, and it was just really cool how they updated it into making it where people could come out and stay there now. It was 43 acres was the whole area.
There's Andy and Zeneb.
Hi, Andy and Zeneb. We didn't get a chance to really spend time walking through the estate and seeing what it was.
This is the dining area. They had a lot of good food, good breakfasts and dinners.
Shandy!
Yeah, shandies were good.
So we kind of lined it up. These were not all what we ate in one time, but we kind of just showed some pictures of the appetizers that we have, and then there's main courses and the desserts. But
these will hardly fill you up.
But, you know, a lot of people say that English food is very boring, and just by looking at these pictures, that food was amazing.
That was a lot of food. I couldn't even finish that hamburger.
Yeah. It was that yours?
That
I don't
was
even remember
mine.
whose was that.
That was mine.
I was taking pictures of everyone's food. And this here was, I thought it was sweet, but I was talking to Zeneb, and she said she thought it was creamy mashed potatoes. These are the desserts. These were really good. Was that yours? Did you have that one?
I don't remember, really.
That was mine. The presentation on this one is awesome, and it was really good, too. And then this is a
breakfast.
I wouldn't say traditional because it's not really traditional, but it was an English breakfast. And here's the spa.
spa. You had to walk outside in a robe just to get to the spa.
Well, you didn't have to be in a robe. But.
Well, you probably want to. It's a little cold, but oh, there I am. Kung Fu fighting time.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
I can't believe you took those pictures of me. Crazy.
I think this is the first time we've ever used a robe in anywhere that we actually went.
It was pretty fun, though.
So this is one of our stops that we went to. It was Padstow. This is actually the first time I had ever visited. And if you look back to the left there, you can actually see where the ocean comes into like a bay. We had a good little walk down to that. Do you remember this place that well?
This is where all the shops were and everything, I think.
Yeah, the oddly shaped ones.
Mm-hmm. It was like an outside mall, but it looked like in the olden time.
This was the beautiful harbor for
Yeah, that
Padstow.
was nice.
Look at that. That's an amazing picture. So we are in Padstow.
Oh, they are.
And really an old looking fishing village.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You walked straight past him.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
You're
you're fine.
alright.
So this is a very old fishing village, and they must have a lock here that you come out of. We were going to get some fish and chips here. I did not realize this was going to look like this. This is awesome. Walking through the other side of it, really small, you can just imagine how it would have been back in the times when there were no horses. But I think we're coming here to St. Austell's Ales Old Custom House. Established in 1851.
This, I think, was the best place we ate at in our entire time in England.
This had really good fish and chips. I didn't like the mushy peas though. I never had those before.
Oh, those are good. I really like those. But yeah, I think that was my favorite restaurant that we definitely ate at. And look at how how
Those
tiny
were
these
narrow.
were. Very narrow.
That's scary.
So here we are, going up. We're gonna walk up the Strand up here. See how much we can get of it. So it's interesting when you think about it, how times have changed and the little roads that you travel through. Like when they built this, there was nothing in terms of cars. Cars weren't made in mind. So it's just really interesting to kind of walk down to see how things are now. Back in the days of the horse cart and buggies, how it would be to come up through something like this. It's a very quaint town. It's great. Alright. Not sure how to pronounce this because every time I pronounce this I pronounce something wrong. But Cornish Pasty World Champion 2016. Excuse me, Greg. Let's look at some of what they have in here. If you guys can,
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to try those Cornish pasties there, but we did get a book. You bought the book on the history of Cornish pasties, which I love books, and that was a really good one. Yeah, look at the roads here. It's so amazing how small they were.
So just away from the water there as you come around the corner. Look how small these roads are. It's amazing. You got an old pub here. As you can see, there's a lot of bakeries. Looks like a lot of them are getting ready to close down. Awesome town, very awesome. Ooh, look at this. This is called Raleigh's Fudge Pantry. Look at that.
Oh, we're getting the fudge shop tomorrow, aren't we?
That was from the fudge shop there. That was, I wonder if it had clotted cream in it. That would have been amazing.
Oh, clotted cream's so good. We need to get some here in the States. I know we can make it, but it's not the same.
That's the bookshop that I got, the Beatrix Potter one.
Oh yeah, I remember that bookseller shop.
Look at this shop. I believe the guy's name is Michael Stein. I won't really go into detail, but there's a big history on him. Polzeath. A lot of history there for me growing up. This was one of the places we went to at the beach. If you looked along the cliffs there, on the other side there are some rocks, like on the upper left there. And when I was very young, I was had a broken arm, and they had a shark warning, and they wouldn't allow us to climb on the rocks, which I probably would have got hurt anyway. I remember crying. I was only like 6 years old. I was crying as we walked along there, and I still remember that to this day. That's not my hat, by the way. That was Ollie's that I was wearing because it fell on the ground.
But it still fits your head.
Hi,
so.
Ollie. Hi, Zaneb.
This is really beautiful scenery out there.
Turn this around into a timer shot.
This is mountains and mountains of mussels that are still alive, but once they're open, they're not. So these are all mussels all over these rocks as far as the eye could see. Pretty cool too.
It looks like the seagulls don't even bug them. But they are alive because if you look here.
We've eaten these before. They're really good, but this is cool to see them in their natural habitat.
Look in there. It's so cool.
Awesome.
So this is what I remember when I was young. I used to go through the tide pools. It has that seaweed smell that you never, kind of like stale water, but it's always cool to see what you find in here. If you look.
Oh yeah, the little crab
I don't know what
type
they
thing.
are.
Those are little,
They look,
like little fish too.
you see them?
Oh wow.
They're all skirting around here.
They're like little shrimp type of
Look like
things.
alien chips. There's a big one down there.
We'll have to look them up later. It's awesome. Okay, that was a lot of mussels there. I've never seen so many before. I didn't know that they grow or, live like that on the rocks.
This was actually the first place we stopped at in Cornwall. This is on the first day. This is Boscastle.
That was beautiful scenery there.
Yeah, this was where they had a huge flood back in 2004, and a lot
Awesome
of,
pictures.
like 6 buildings were washed out to sea, and a bunch of cars were. But we had taking a lot of photos in this spot. It was really a really pretty area.
Good photo opportunities.
There's a picture coming up. I have no idea what that little. Did it say what it was?
I don't know. It might have been some kind of a sewage runoff at some point, but way back.
Yeah, it was like a little.
Way back there.
Like a half tunnel storage. There's Greg trying to test the water or scare the dog. I don't know what he was trying to do. But this is the farthest that you could walk out there.
And then it goes out in the ocean.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then from here we transition into a very brief visit into London.
The London Eye.
The London Eye, the Millennium Wheel.
We got a scenic tour type thing in the car, so because it was so late at night, but we did get out into Chinatown.
Which is coming up.
So here we are in, what's the name of the restaurant? China Gardens Corner?
I didn't realize that they picked it for us.
Alright, we are in Chinatown in London. And we are going to eat here, which is Gerard's Corner. As you look around, pretty active street down here. You got a lot of plays that are going on over there. And we are going to eat right here.
So it was interesting to have so many districts next to each other. There was Soho right next to Chinatown, but Chinatown is one of the really famous areas of the London area.
All right, it's our last night here. Pretty noisy place. My voice is starting to go.
So good tea.
We got green tea. We're at in Chinatown.
In London.
And gonna enjoy a good dinner.
So this is a day that we flew out, and it was actually on my birthday, which is kind of an odd day to fly out. But
Oh, little Ollie.
I know he's spying on us.
That was the last time we saw him. Until next time.
Thank you, Andy and Zaneb, for everything that
you.
you did for us. It
Thank
was
you
an
very
awesome
much.
time, something we'll live and cherish forever.
And we'll see you guys again,
This is
too.
little Ollie. As you can see, he's so small. He's about 9 months old. And he's gonna smile. Look at him smiling. He knows he's on the camera. So definitely the next time I see him, he won't be this small. Especially if it's gonna be 5 years. But spent a lot of time with him. He was right next to me on the car when we would go to when we would go different places. I'd be right next to him, trying to calm him down, holding his little hands as we hoped he would fall asleep. But Bye, Ollie. Love you, little boy. So this is our last day. As you can tell from my voice, I'm got a lot of congestion. But we are going to try crumpets. I haven't had this in a very long time. And Greg's never had them before, but if you can see them, they look a little bit like English muffins, but when they cook, they won't be as crispy as an English muffin. But those of you who ever wondered what a crumpet was, this is what they look like. And see what Greg says about them. Wish we sold these in America, but unfortunately we don't. All right, Greg, this is your first crumpet. Go
Oh my
ahead, taste
god.
it. Is it like an English muffin? It's soft.
It's really good. I think I've had these before. It's really good.
You put marmalade on it. So we're probably about 20 minutes away from when we leave. Just gonna have a peppermint hot tea. Hopefully that'll make my journey home a little bit better. I actually feel okay physically. It's just all in my head and here in my chest. But just a little bit of time to reflect about the trip, seeing my family. I haven't seen since 2003, a very long time. Been really good. It's always tough to say goodbye to your family, but hopefully we won't be so long since we see each other next time. We've kind of talked about maybe in 5 years going to Disneyland Paris again. And this time my cousin Andy and his wife Zineb and little Ollie, hopefully they'll be able to join us. Andy's not a huge Disney fan, but for a 5-year-old, I think if taking a trip to Disneyland would be amazing for them. So just want to thank them for a great trip. We'll do one more video when we're at the airport and we're getting ready to leave, but I just want to insert that in here. Just some quick goodbyes and gratefulness. I had an awesome trip. It was just so amazing. But I think the highlight has been just seeing my cousin Andy, who we've always were close growing up, even though we didn't see each other that much when we moved to the States. We've always been close, and when we're together, we're like brothers. It's like we've never been apart. So I'm happy that he's married now and has a young child, and looking forward to hearing many things from his new life together with his beautiful wife.
Gosh, there's a lot of planes waiting to go.
Huge lineup of planes.
Huh?
Huge lineup of airplanes.
So this was a map of our final trip home.
And what did we do? We watched Harry Potter movies almost the whole way home.
We were both watching a different one. And clotted cream, our final clotted cream for I don't know how long.
You can see icebergs down there. We're somewhere near Iceland or Greenland, I think, actually.
So this ends our English trips vlogs. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe to us. We'd love to have you guys join us on all of our trips. And just remember, as Walt Disney said,
We are just getting started.